Arr. Heiklen. Heiklen. Arr. Arr. Hee. Heiklen.
That's why you don't jump in and interrupt a super genius when he's talking. So, what I'm trying to point out here is that there's a friend of the show. His name's George Donnelly. He did some activism recently. He went out with an activist, Julian Heiklen, passing out fully informed jury association pamphlets on the steps of a federal building, and Julian Heiklen has done this on many federal buildings. I support this activism. I think it's important.
I'd like to see who. So, turn that off, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, why?
You're on federal property. Turn it off. You can't take pictures of federal property.
You know, fellas, federal property is my property.
Excuse me.
However, I'd like to point out that there's a downside. If you're signed up for the Free State Project and you're looking to say, hey, get your water wings, your sea legs, in activism by trying something before you come, we've seen this over and over again. George Donnelly was scheduled to be here the very next day, having moved for the Free State Project. Here you have a guy who's on fire for liberty. He's ready to be active, and
he couldn't wait.
He couldn't wait, and now he's going to, and he has all kinds of financial trouble because of it, because they arrested him for standing on the steps of a courthouse with a camera.
Yeah.
They lied, they cheated, they stole, they hurt him, they did all kinds of terrible things.
It's horrible. Momma Allie from Savannah Biscuit has been arrested since she had originally planned to move up here. She would have moved in August, and she put it off, and then she was attacked by a police officer with a serious attitude problem.
And this is what I'm trying to say, is doing this sort of activism, this outside the system, non-compliance, civil disobedience kind of activism comes with a danger. And that danger
there's always a risk.
Right, and that risk is that and most of the people that are willing to do it are signed up for the Free State Project.
I don't know if that's true. I think that's the jump you're making.
The ones that we hear about that listen to this show.
I would agree with you, Mark, that if you're signed up for the Free State Project, yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing activism that puts you at a risk until you're here in New Hampshire, where you can have people backing you up. But I don't believe that everybody listening to the show is signed up for the Free State Project, or everybody that wants to do activism or get active is signed up for the Free State Project. So in the absence of being signed up for the Free State Project and planning a move to New Hampshire, then if you want to get active, I don't think this is a bad
If you want to get active in groups, because it's because as an individual you have far less power, and that's all I'm saying. When you're in a small group of 1 to 3 to 5 people, they bring in enough cops that they overpower you.
You're
in
right.
the sense that they feel power in numbers and they don't mind using it. If, however, you're there with a bunch of people, you can get the message it is that you want to get across in a far more effective fashion. And I think that it's a real disservice to suggest, go out there and tell these authorities that you're not going to take it anymore.
I think that at some point you're making good points. You're making good points, but I think at some point you have to refuse to go along with this nonsense.
Right. Well,
at some point, when the Nazis are demanding that you fill out the forms revealing that you're a Jewish and take this star and wear it, at some point you have to stop going along with it.
Arr. Arr.